So I wanted to continue on this whole thing of now accepting that the purpose of the twin flame energy is to repattern things into the etheric body, if I'm going by what Golden Ray Twin Flames is talking about and using their vernacular. There's other vernacular that can be used, but just for reasons right now, because this is where I came across the idea, I'm going to explore it from that perspective. So patterning into the etheric body, or actually retemplating rather, is what he was talking about. And so I'm questioning myself today, realizing I, don't want to make all these changes to what I'm doing, but yet, I mean, I want to stay on the course that I have set, but yet I'm noticing I keep trying to interrupt it, and I can't figure out why. So, where am I trying to go with this? I really wish I could have taken time to just sit there and think about this, but it's like it just needs to come out right now, but it's like not quite ready. No, that's not right. It's just I'm resisting. I'm just gonna go with the where the line of thought went. I realized that a relationship pattern I'm still carrying around is one that we all carry around, and that's this idea. If you're in my generation, it's very heavily influenced by Disney, if you watched cartoons growing up. And it's probably even older than that. It's this idea of relationships being happily ever after. Or there's the knight in shining armor that's going to come and save the princess, or the damsel in distress. And so I posted on Facebook today, the first time I posted in like almost a month. I left because I could not stop thinking about my twin. And I kept trying to find ways to spy on him. And read about what was going on with his fiancée. And, he would block me and unblock me, and there was just all this drama surrounding it. And I was like, this is not healthy for me to keep staying here and to stay in like this stalker state. And it was funny. We as spiritual people really need to get this. And the sooner you can get this, the better. We think that we are awesome. That we have reached this state of enlightenment that the average person has not. Okay? And if you decide to ever go deep into shadow work, you're going to see just how pathetic you really are. Just how many lies you still carry around, and how much you try to hold yourself above other people. And that we cannot do what we need to as a human whole. We cannot evolve in the way that we need to so long as we're going to carry around this idea that we are superior to somebody else. Okay? So I carried around this idea that I was better than other people because I didn't carry jealousy around with me. So I thought, well, like when my twin broke up with me, I said, I just want you to be happy. And even when he started dating this other woman, after making me promises that we would work it out, and he just suddenly, left, I didn't want to be jealous. Last year, he ended up bringing up jealousy in me, too. Because I told him, just be honest with me. And he ended up being honest that he was pining after his ex-girlfriend, and he was wanting to, and she was wanting to reestablish communication with him. And I actually, at that point, finally had just gotten in my hand the money to go see him. And when I realized this, and so suddenly thoughts are going through my head of what am I going to do? Am I going to go there and he's going to be talking to his girlfriend, and I'm going to be this awkward third person? No, I'm not doing this. And so I gave away that very large sum of money to somebody that needed it. And I said this was how I was combating my jealousy. I was showing I wasn't going to allow jealousy to run my life because I was just going to give away this amount of money. And so I didn't deal with the jealousy at that time. And even when all this first started with his fiancée, And I did not want jealousy to run my life, so I apologized to her and to him, saying I had to cut off communications because I couldn't stop the jealousy that was really starting to overtake me. And I'm like, I'm a very unspiritual person because I feel jealous, and this is not right. I am a bad person because I feel jealous. You know, and of course everybody would sit there and tell me, well, it's perfectly normal for you to feel jealous. And I'm like, no. If I'm spiritually advancing, I should not feel jealousy. And I really could not understand how this jealousy was rising within me when I thought I had dealt with it all. But he caused such primal things to come up within me that I didn't even know were there. And so I kept leaving and coming back, and it started creating this pattern of where I would think I had dealt with the jealousy, so I would come back and I would enter into a deeper level of jealousy. And then it started becoming where I didn't even recognize the jealousy that was going on, and this is why I left Facebook this last time. I was like, I'm becoming a stalker. I'm getting happy at their pain. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? So, I posted for the first time on Facebook today. Well, happy Mother's Day, everyone, but I'm really pensive and thoughtful about what I'm doing, where I'm going. You know, I'm probably pregnant. And I don't know what to do about that. And I asked myself, why am I posting this if I don't even have any information yet? And I'm telling myself, well, because I need to talk about it. I need to find people I could talk to about it. I know that I have a lot of people there that will understand me. And it didn't matter what justification I gave. I kept having to be honest with myself. If that's not your real reason, that's not your real reason. What's your real reason? And it finally came down to, because I'm hoping he'll see it and he'll come after me. And there you have it. And this is when I realized I had to make these videos, because I realized that despite my best attempts, I'm still following the same pattern. Over and over, my mind just keeps finding ways of recreating this pattern. And it's this pattern. Okay, because, well, just to take this a bit further, I said, well, let's say he never responds to this, and I go and I get my positive confirmation tomorrow. What am I going to do then? Am I going to wait for him to come to me? Like I keep telling myself I'm going to. I keep telling myself he's going to come to me. I'm tired of pursuing him, and it's about time he starts pursuing me and seeing my value, instead of me constantly throwing myself at his feet and begging him like I'm a peasant and he's a king, begging him like I have no worth. And this is a pervasive relationship in my pattern relationship in my life also. Is this idea that I have to keep trying to get somebody to love me and give me attention and give me confirmation of that I'm okay. And so I realized today that I was still in some ways going to find some way of doing that. So I wouldn't wait for him to come to me once I had the confirmation. So first of all, I'm now posting before I have confirmation. And after I have confirmation, I'm going to continue to post about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it because I'm trying to gain his attention, is what I realized. And then I realized, you know what, regardless of what you think, you're still going to go and talk to his parents because you actually still have a line of communication with them. You're still going to exhaust everything that you can possibly think of as some way to lure him back into your life. So when I realized this, I was like, that's it. This is what Mel was talking about. This is the repatterning of those relationship dynamics, those ones that we cannot rely on anymore. This is a dynamic that I've been given my part to repattern. And see, Mel also talks about that we don't need our twins personally with us in order to do what we need to do. And this is why I was saying that we're better off separated. Because I could not have ever come to any of this if I hadn't been going through this angst and anxiety of this separation. because I wanted so badly to get rid of it, but I wasn't going to take the easy route. Actually, I didn't even know there was any such thing as cord cutting, and I watched one of his videos the other day, and he mentioned that, and then my friend mentioned it to me, who's also a shaman, and offered to do it for me, and immediately within me I was like, no. Whatever happens here has to happen with me. And I said, I'm going to create my own cord cutting. And I'm going to do this in the way that my intuition is leading me to. And I quit my job. How funny. Because I realized that within that embodied many patterns of what was going on in my life. And that as Huntress right now, my job is observing. Because Jaguar has moved fully into my being now. Jaguar has actually taken over. I mean, my child self, my animal self, my inner child, has transfigured into Jaguar. That's another story. I'll explain that later. And it's actually something I'm explaining in my books, if when I ever get those published, maybe in a year or something. And, where's I going? I'm going to need to regather my thoughts. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Bye.